Now, the much-awaited ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court is out. The top court rules that former U.S. President Donald Trump is partially immune from prosecution for actions taken while he was in the White House. We are still looking through the details of the court order as we speak. And to get us the latest, we are being joined by our New York correspondent, Susan Tehrani. Susan, tell us what led to this day and what happens next.
Okay, so we do know that the Supreme Court did rule on Monday that former presidents, not just Donald Trump, are entitled to immunity for official acts, but not private acts or anything that they do privately. Now, this ruling is going to go back to the lower courts. They're going to be having to hear it as well. But as for now, according to Trump's lawyers, this is a win for the former president. Also, because it's very unlikely that this case, after it goes down to the lower courts, it's even going to be tried any time before the November elections. And we do know that if former President Donald Trump does win, that he'd be able to basically pardon himself.
Right. Now, the words partial immunity, I know we're all looking and reading through the document as we speak, but what does partial immunity even mean?
Partial immunity means of official acts during the time that they're president and not unofficial acts, private acts. So, again, as you mentioned, we're going to go through this. We're all going to read it and, experts are going to weigh in on it. But ultimately, it means official acts. That, again, as you mentioned, the devil's in the detail. But then we have to wait for this case to go to the lower courts to really get an understanding of where the Supreme Court stands. And we're going to read these justices' opinions, of course, Justice Roberts the most.
All right. And what kind of an impact do you think this could have on the November 5th elections that we are seeing?
Yeah, there's no doubt that this is not a win for Jack Smith, the special prosecutor who wanted to really try Trump on as many charges as possible before the November elections, just because the duration in the process and the bureaucracy is going to take so long. It's going to move afterwards. And, it's not going to really be in the minds and psyches of everyday voters, just because it's not going to perhaps play out in the media as much as the court did, the conviction did here in Manhattan.
All right, Susan, thank you so much for all those details. But stay with us. We need your perspective on another story we are covering of the Democratic camp, that is Joe Biden. So stay with us. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.